All right. Good morning, guys. Welcome to May 1st pre-market session. And we're going to talk about the key events for the day. We're going to talk about Apple's earning, which is going to be pretty exciting and interesting for the day. And also, we're going to go ahead and talk about a couple of companies that dropped because of despite earning beats. We'll analyze the oil, S&P, and some individual tickers. Okay, so let's get started here. All right. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so futures are up. S&P 500, Nasdaq, both of them are up at all-time highs. Well, the market is just like getting really wild in the last couple of weeks, and it's still continuing to move. The earnings we had, the main one was basically Apple, which pushed all the way higher. It beat both earning and revenue, and as a result we are seeing Apple bouncing back up above this 275. We actually pushed all the way higher above this 280 level, and we are retesting this zone, holding the level, the same zone that I mentioned last couple of days ago about Apple, which I was like, this is the major resistance zone. We need to hold it and break it. The earning came out, and then seems like we're holding this range pretty well so far. So far in the pre-market, we are holding right above this 275. We are right now around 280. Looks pretty solid, definitely for any possible continuation above this 280, 283-ish area. So if you want to trade it today, just be careful because it had earnings. If you want to trade options, you want to wait for the first few minutes. But if you're going to go for shares, you can just go ahead and trade it if you want to, depending on the price action. Basically, if you trade options, the main problem would be the IV crush that happens early in the morning after the earning reports, and that might hurt your premium, but nothing will happen technically on the stock side. All right. Okay, so with that being said, we had a couple of other names as well, which I will talk about. Let's talk about SPY first and analyze the S&P 500's price action so far. So this zone that is almost green, right? As you can see, this is the previous resistance that we were trying to break, and finally we broke it yesterday around like 2 p.m. And after that, we're just continuously pushing all the way back up higher, which is pretty insane. The high is around 722. That would be critical level on watch. The ideal scenario for me is retesting 715, 716 level and a bounce above that. That would obviously be the key price action that I would be watching. We'll see if that happens or not. If that didn't happen, probably a retest of this 718 at least could give us some sort of juice for a possible bounce back up and push back up higher. This is the same level that we kind of held yesterday as well. Now you can see that S3 is also kind of holding around this 715, 16 level. So that definitely acts as a strong support area. With this gap up, expect some sort, and just this massive run and this gap up, basically expect some sort of consolidation hold on S&P 500. We were seeing this same kind of price action over and over again. If you basically check it out, in the last couple of basically days, we had like a sort of a, this is the 15-minute chart, maybe 1 hour of chop, and then the move started like at 1 p.m. The next day was pretty much choppy. The next day here, the market was a little bit strong, but after 30 minutes, we broke pre-market levels. Here we had the choppy day. Here after 1 hour, we got the direction and the price dropped. Another choppy day, and for 1 hour, we were just consolidating, finally pushed back up higher. And then this was on Thursday actually. But anyway, the whole direction usually starts after, you see here, after 1 hour, we finally had a direction on SPY. After maybe, I don't know, 2 hours, around like 12 p.m., we finally push back up higher on SPY. So you want to expect the same sort of price action probably. Don't expect a massive move on SPY, or the same on Qs. So Qs was actually rejecting 665, 666 zone. And this is the same zone that we had yesterday, and it was red, if you remember. Okay. And now we are back above it. We actually broke above this zone slightly yesterday, around 2 p.m. Broke, retested this zone and bounced back up. And since then, we're just holding, and we're bouncing back above this area. So pretty interesting price action here on Qs as well. So as long as we hold here and the price holds the whole 666, 664 even, this whole zone, I think this still has potential for a possible new all-time high. Obviously 669, 670-ish area would be the critical resistance area that I would be watching for Qs. That is very obvious, I guess, right? WTI oil dropped on the dropped around 2%, and there are some US and Iran development still ongoing, but there is no escalation yet. Yeah, market is basically neutral and not really reacting to it. And yesterday in the Wealthsimple the trade show event, a very experienced trader, Jim Croissant, he was here as well, and he was basically there as well, and he was talking about how the basically the, I would say, the government technically controlled or basically managed the whole market in a way that the prices continue pushing back up higher, and how it will probably manage it in a way that the price can push all the way higher and control this. On the other hand, the oil is something that is reacting obviously, but the overall market, the basically equities market is still booming. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. On the economic data side, 9:45 a.m. the manufacturing PMI will be out, and 10 a.m. ISM manufacturing. So around 9:45, 10 a.m. we might have some sort of volatility today as well. And yeah, oil still holding right around these areas. We will see what happens. Today's Friday, and usually we have some sort of news and yeah, escalations and stuff in the weekend. So we'll see what happens there. Some companies that had earning but slightly pushed back lower would be SNDK, and it's actually recovering right now. After the earning, it pushed back down. It's technically recovering around these areas, right? So we had this previous all-time high, and this is the new all-time high, and we are kind of holding in this range. So probably below this 988 and above this 1127. 30-ish level would be interesting to watch it. SNTK and WDC also had earning and gap down. It has been running like crazy in the last couple of weeks, obviously, and key areas would be probably around these zones. So if it just stays in this range, might ended up being a little bit harder to trade. Not saying it's impossible. In case of a drop and this demand zone getting broken, that kind of give some good opportunities for possible short. Another scenario is a bounce above this area and filling this gap, so keep that on watch if this bearish movement continues for the first few minutes of the market open. Yep, with that being said, let's talk about some other names. Tesla is in a choppy zone. I don't like Tesla at all, unless it gets out of this area or unless it just shows some sort of clear rejection again and possible reversal setup right around these areas. What is happening right now is another retest of the same exact zone that we rejected in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trading days. We break it, we run. We don't, possibly reject and reversal. So that would be the play on Tesla at this point, probably. But I would probably wait for it to just clearly get out of this 386 level and hold around those areas, or clearly reject below this 380 for a better and cleaner basically confirmation. NVDA, massive drop yesterday. Yeah, so we're back in this zone, back in this chop zone, and I wanted to get out of this area definitely. So we don't have a really good history of clean price action in this area on NVDA. So I would be watching 204 or this 197-ish zone on NVDA for possible either bounce back up or consolidation or continuation, sorry, to the downside. Well, we're holding right at this area, which is basically a demand zone as well. And I mean, if it pushes a little bit lower down till this area, we might still go there and bounce back up. So we'll see if that happens or not. But technically what happened here is a rejection of the all-time high on NVIDIA. Like, even though we broke all-time high, we didn't really hold there properly, and we rejected that zone heavily. Google had a massive day yesterday. So gapped up and just like went straight. This is, I guess, like 10%, something like, yeah, 10% move on Google, which is insane. Google's market cap is 4.6 trillion. So it's like, what, like 400 billion? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for this massive move on Google, and it actually is holding pretty strong there. So yeah, the play here is to just have 388 and 378.79 as two critical zones on Google right now. Obviously above 388. If we actually push higher, that's all-time high, so that's obvious. And the other one would be the possible bounce above this 388. With this crazy momentum on Google, we might hold, but I'm not sure if we totally sell off and push all the way back lower with this crazy momentum. I was trading Google, I guess, this day, yeah, on Monday, I guess, and it didn't really break all-time high really that strong. It was basically waiting for the earning, and then earning came out, and we're just seeing this insane continuation. right? So yeah, critical areas would be these two. I would be interested and would be happy to see Google bounce or hold around this 379 for a possible continuation, because it's just like it we could say it's overextended, but yeah, who knows? In this market, every ticker symbol is overextended. AMD. AMD has earning in 2 days, 2 trading days, or 3 trading days, or like 2 trading days, and we're like at all-time high. So 355 and 344, 345 would be two critical zones on watch. The resistance of all-time high and this demand zone that held recently. So keep that on watch. Since it has earning in 2 days, probably we'll see some sort of hold. But we'll wait. It's better to just wait for the earning to come out and decide where the direction will be. But well, we're not here to predict. But with this crazy move, the earning of an AMD would be really interesting to watch, to see whether the market is, whether this move is already taken into consideration for the earning, or we will just see another gap up on AMD. But these would be the two key levels. Meta had this massive gap down post earning, and because of capex, and after that we're just consolidating right here. We actually couldn't break this 600 level yesterday, and we're in between in this two range of like 630-ish and 600 level. I'm not really sure. I would be interested in trading or touching Meta at this point. Maybe if we get below this 600 level, or maybe if we see some sort of strength above this 620-ish and a reversal setup for a target of like 630-35, right? But I guess the main setup would be whenever it breaks out of this 640 level for possible continuation gap fill. It's really early to say whether we're bouncing here or we will consolidate and push back lower. Microsoft, not the coolest price action here. Earning gap down, and then it just like held right there. We are retesting this 412-ish level. Above 415 might be interesting to see Microsoft get back up above this areas, but technically we will get back to this zone again. But you can keep that on watch in case of a 415-16 level break. Depending on the price action, we might target 422.3 and then 430-ish level. PLTR actually is moving pretty well. It just has earning on Monday. So yeah, the only reason I remove PLTR from the game plan is just like it's earning, right? So yeah, before the earning, not sure if this is the best name to trade, but if it actually breaks above this 144, 145 level, definitely a name on watch. We just broke this resistance zone yesterday, and we are actually holding. We actually broke it, retested, and pushing back up higher. So overall looks pretty solid. We are right at this resistance area. We break, as I said, this 145 level. We can hit this 149, 150 level again, but we have been in this range for so long. Obviously, after earning, things can get a lot more cleaner and clear. MU is just choppy and consolidating in this range of 495 and 540, 535. So just let it get out of this zone. Two critical areas would be 495 demand and 536.7 resistance zone. Amazon also just had this earning, and after that we're just like super choppy and consolidating. The price action isn't the cleanest. really don't like the price action that much, but we're holding right around this area, and this is basically the previous level that we couldn't actually hold above, right? So in case of a bounce here, or basically break above this 267 266 ish zone, we might see a possible push back up higher, or for a retest of this 277. So maybe keep Amazon on watch in case of seeing some sort of strength. Yesterday we pushed all the way lower after this gap up. We dropped, but technically held right above this 265 level. So that shows some sort of strength there. Okay. All right. Cool. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this pre-market session as well. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and I will see you guys in the next pre-market live. Take care. Have a good rest of the day.